Hello everyone, and on this episode of the Average Tabletop Gamers, I'm going to be looking at the Argonauts Kickstarter content from Crooked Dice. Hello everyone, it is Sven here for the Average Tabletop Gamers, and today I'm going to be looking at a lovely box of stuff that I got through the post yesterday, which was the Kickstarter for Crooked Dice's last 7TV expansion, which was the Argonauts expansion. So I'll quickly show you here, obviously, the artwork in here. I think we talked a bit about the Argonauts expansion a little while ago. In fact, I interviewed Carl about this quite a while ago now, when the Kickstarter was about, I think it was just going live around then anyway. But yeah, so it's fulfilled. We've got all the stuff through. If you follow 7TV and stuff, you've probably already seen some people have got theirs and they've been painting theirs up and things like that. Depending on the pledge levels, it depends on how quickly things got shipped. And I went all in on this, so I've got a big box of stuff here to be looking at. So yeah, the Argonauts. So this is not a brand new expansion in terms of the content. So there was Argonauts in the game previously. Back in version 1. I think this is a complete revamp for the V2 of 7TV, and again, you know, it does give us the full program guide like we've seen for other expansions, and as you'd expect, the program guide is absolutely chock full of nice detail. So what I'll do is I'll have a quick look at the program guide now under the camera over here, so you can have a quick look at it, and we'll go through that, and then we'll start getting through some of these through some of these bags and minis I've got in this box. Okay, so I've got here the program guide for the Argonaut expansion, and as I say, it's same format as the other program guides that we've seen before for things like Apocalypse or SciFi or Pulp, etc. So we've got obviously full colour, we've got some amazing artwork and pictures, and this is everything you need to use the Argonauts. Now you will need a full copy, or you will need a copy of 7TV to play this, because you do need the actual second edition rules, and you will need the tokens and counters and things like that. And it does obviously explain that on the back. So what are the Argonauts? The Argonauts essentially are a kind of robotic stroke mechanoid army of Dr. Ulysses Argo, who's kind of a mad scientist style. So you'll see, in fact, there is the man himself, and so you'll see throughout the cast lists in here, we've got lots of various different robotic and android minions. So we've got the Argonauts themselves. Again, you know, these are some models that were out previously from the 7TV range, but we've now got some new cast lists to use them for, and there's a few extra bits added on for the Argonauts themselves. Again, I love the detail that you get in these program guides, like these little bits here that look like they are pieces ripped from the TV guide, which gives you a little bit of flavour into, you know, the episodes that you can play using this here. So we've got various different notes about the Argonauts, who they are, what they are. We get the history of Dr. Ulysses Argo and, you know, his aims and things. So it gives you all the background fluff and flavour that you need to really get into this. And I say some of the photography in here is brilliant. You know, really kind of shows you what it can look and feel like in a game. So obviously then we get onto the cast members, so we get all the stars. So you'll see various bits of blurb and things and tactics and things for the stars and what their ratings value is. And then of course we get into the extras in the cast that you can take. So we've got various things, and again, a lot of these were supported by the minis that you could get through the Kickstarter itself. And then we get some episodes, and you know, if you're familiar with 7TV, you'll know the episodes, or if you're unfamiliar with the 7TV, I should say, the episodes essentially are your game scenarios that you're going to be playing out, and you'll see there's a lot of new episodes. And then in the back, what we get is reproductions of the cards that, you know, you can use to play. So it's a good reference to have these in the back of the book. So you've got them in card form and you've got them available here in the book as well. So as I say, the program guide is exactly what you'd expect from the 7TV program guides, and it's fantastically produced. I love these things, and I say that'll go with the rest of the ones that I've got here in my collection. There is some cards here, so let me just pop these open. So these cards, I say we've looked at various profile cards on some of our other videos, which I'll link off in the comments below or in the description below. We've looked at various profile cards for some of the other 7TV expansions in the past, so you'll be familiar with like what our thoughts are on the quality of these cards. You've got full colour, really good card stock, and again, you know, we've got cards there for each of the stars, each of the extras and the squads, so you can buy them as the units. Okay, so Crooked Dice, the way they do the Kickstarters is they do various different pledge levels, and I think it's a nice little thing. These are actually packaged up. So this package here is the one that's marked Gamer Pledge, and this is where it's going to be a memory test for me, because when I opted into Kickstarter a while ago, I can't actually remember everything that was in there. So let's see what we've got. Okay, so we've got these look like the Furies. Let's see what these will look like here. So these were brand new sculpts for the campaign, and these are the Furies. Let's see if I can get the focus a bit there. So hopefully you can see that. So these are like jetpack enabled troops. And I say these were completely brand new. I think these were possibly one of the stretch goals of the Kickstarter itself, to produce these sculpts. So they're fantastic, and a new addition obviously to the 7TV mini range. So in this next bag we've got the Clockwork Kid, who is an android cowboy type chap, very much like Yul Brynner from the Westworld movie of the 70s, or even the Westworld TV show of the last few years. Very nice sculpt on him. Love the detail on the poncho and the fact that he's fanning his pistol there. Then we've got the Medusa, which is sort of like an eyeball with tentacles, and we saw that when I was flicking through the program guide. You might have seen that. In fact, let me get the page up. So we've got Medusa, so you can see there in the program guide, which is one of the Argonaut co-stars, which guards the cavernous production facility beneath Argo's Olympus lair. And we've got Archimedes, which is a living computer. It's a brain, essentially, with some little claws there, little tripod brain, which helps Argo devise his devious plans and strategies and devices. And the other bag we get in this game, a pet pledge, looks like the Spartoy. So these I really like the look of these in the thingy. This is one of the ones where I knew I was going to go for the Kickstarter. So these are kind of like a mechanical skeleton. So the best way to describe them really is they're like the skeletons from Jason and the Argonauts, or Clash of the Titans. Those kind of Harryhausen skeletons with the Spartan shields and like a gladius. But like android versions of them, mechanical skeletons, and they're absolutely lovely figures. So there's like 4 different sculpts in there for these Spartoy. I'm assuming it's pronounced Spartoy. It will be in my house anyway. You know, some real dynamic poses on these guys, and I say these are going to be really nice. And I say these are the kind of things as well, they'll be nice and simple to paint, but I think they'll look really effective on the table. So that's the contents of what was in the bag labelled the Gamer Pledge. So I'll just set those all to one side at the moment. I'll put them back here for now. And I'll move to the next bag. So this is the one called All In Pledge 1. So and this is a nice heavy bag full of metal. So what have we got here? So I'll go for this one first. I think this one looks like it is, in fact, yeah, this is the Argonauts. So we saw the Argonauts in the program guide before, and as I said, you know, these have been around in the Crooked Dice range for a while. However, I think there are some new sculpts for these, and there's two different head options. So let's see if I can show you those two head options. We've got two different head options available. You kind of got the more traditional helmeted head, and then you've got the one that looks a bit more like the Titans. So we've got a number of Argonauts there. I've already seen someone do magnetic heads on these, and it might be something that I might go for. I might just pick one of the head styles and go with that. And again, the detail on these is really nice, the sculpt detail. Lots of flavour in these models. So we get a nice little band of Argonauts there as part of the All-In Pledge 1. And as I say, I did go with the All-In Pledge, so I did get quite a few of the minis in the range, and I got a few add-ons. So in this one here, who have we got? We've got lots of, we've got some little mini bases here as well, which is intriguing. So we've got Dr. Ulysses Argo himself. In all of his maniacal overlord glory. We've got some. Alright, so we've got like the femdroids or the fembots. Very reminiscent of the ones from the Austin Powers movies. And I believe that this is one of the other fem droids that's the more leadery one. See there with like a mace, and again, choice of heads. We've either got the human head or the slightly more grotesque mechanoid stroke alien head. And that's what obviously these little mini boxes are for. These are for these little crawler type things, little mechanized burrowing worm type creatures, little bugs, and so they're going to fit on these little bases, which are something like probably a not a 20, it might be a 20mm base or a 10mm base. Again, really nice, something different as well in the ranges. So I'll just move these out the way slightly. You can see we're building up quite a little collection of models here as we're going. So now we're into All-In Pledge 2, and this looks like, rather than being a bag of metal, it's a bag of resin. So what have we got in here? So we have got some metal in here. Actually, we'll go for the resin first because that's what intrigues me. So we've got the Titans, and these look amazing. So this is like the cover star of of the 7TB guide. These are the big kind of brass looking automatons, if you will, with a very kind of ancient Greek look to them. Absolutely beautiful miniatures, absolutely amazing. And again, it looks quite a nice fitting. So there's actually peg fit for the arms and things, so it's going to be really easy to get that together. A little bit of flash, but you know, again, with most resin things, you're gonna have to trim them up a little bit. But superb detail on those. See if I can show you some of that detail on these armor at the back, and then the scroll work on the armor at the front. So we've got one of the big Titans and then two of the smaller Titans. Which again are, so we can actually pose the heads on these guys. You've got two different poses and a few different arm sets for them. And then we've still got some bags of metal stuff, so let me move the Titans out of the way. I'm running out of space here on my desk. So in here we have, who have we got in here? So here we've got three robot looking chaps. Let me have a quick look in the program guide and I'll refresh my memory as to who these are. Okay, so according to the program guide, these are the Robo Minion Servants. So I've got three of those, slightly different each one. And again, you know, mix and match heads, so you can put the heads on whichever ones you want. And we've also got the repair droids, or repair drones. So again, we've got, so like we had Archimedes before, the little brain on the little 3 feet. We've here got a little kind of round bodied drone with 3 feet, and then it's got a couple of little repair claws on there. Just when I was in the program guide as well, I noticed, I'll go back and show you these again. So these little beasties are the robo rodents. Again, they're in the guide, in the cast, as the extras. Okay, so we're getting quite a bit through here. Still got a couple of bags to go though, so next one. Okay, so this next one is, I think this is probably the add-ons. So that, as always, Crooked Dice, what they do is obviously they have the pledges, and then they have some add-ons which are available. So this looks like an add-on pack of, this looks like an add-on pack of Argonauts. So there's an extra few Argonauts there to round out the numbers of those. So we get another 3 poses again, oops, with the head options. Some multiple different head options there available for those. And again, I love this. I love the Argonaut models. They're so kind of 70s sci-fi. You know, and you've got the option to give them the Battlestar Galactica style Cylon heads and things like that. Or, as I said, you can give them the slightly more inspired heads that are a bit more like the Titans, like more Greek stroke ancient Greek style about it. Okay, and then this last bag is one of the big bits that I was looking forward to. And this is the whopping great big tripod of Argo. So it's a huge, great big resin piece. And again, I've seen some of these already built. I've seen some of the pre-production stuff that Carl shared with the Crooked Dice groups. So you can see that this is quite a piece of work, and it's all really well engineered, so it does just push fit. So those, you know, it'll be super easy to get those to fit together, those two pieces. And then we've got 3 like tripod legs of it. So I'm getting a very 3-legged theme for all of the Argonaut stuff here. And you know, it's so well engineered that they do just like push it into place and kind of almost stay there. Let's see if I can just, oh, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get this to flip over and stay in place like that. But you can kind of see the look that that's going to have. That's going to dominate the table when it's in place. And we also get a little version of Argo himself to pilot it. So and there he is in his little pilot's chair. As I say, that is one of the pieces that I was waiting for so much on this, that it's such a nice model. It's very like B-movie sci-fi inspired in terms of the shape of it. So it's very kind of 50s through early 80s sci-fi really. And the detail on the legs is great. You know, you've got like the various different servos there. You've got the nice shape of the claws, just gives them that slightly evil feel, a bit very War of the Worlds, or there was a show called Tripods, I believe it was. It's very evocative of that. And then it also comes with a pair of really natty like tentacled arms with a huge, great big kind of axey looking weapon on the end. So absolutely amazing piece of kit. And I say, like, the molding on that is amazing as well. You know, it's such a smooth piece. It'll take very little to actually put that together, and if anything, it's been designed in a way that the lines in it will actually add to the feel. So I probably won't need to go around filling this. It should just add to the shape and the design of it all. Absolutely love this piece of kit. Okay, so the last bit I will show you, which wasn't in the box, and that's for a reason, is, and I've got this one already built and painted. So one of the add-ons that was available was the chance to get a hold of one of the SciFi robots. I think it was possibly a bit cheaper, but getting it as part of the Kickstarter. And because I was ordering that and a few other bits at the same time, Carl asked if I'd like it shipped out in advance. So I've had this for a little while now, and as you can see, I've built and painted it, and I've even magnetized the hands. So it came with sort of like the ordinary hand options, but then there was also the option to have kind of a mechanical claw, you can see there, or some kind of gun hand. And I say I've made it round so you know that I can switch these up to have a few different options of weapons just by magnetizing them. And when this first got released, this model from Crooked Dice, I knew I had to have one because it's such a nice model. And again, it's kind of like really evocative of that 50s style sci-fi B-movie robot, or the tin toy robot, you know, come to life really. So I really like that model, really enjoyed building and painting that one. And so that was part of the Kickstarter, but as I say, I did get that one early. so I've been able to build and paint this one in advance, which is really nice. And again, as I love this, and it'll fit really well in with the rest of these casts in here. Okay, so that was a quick look at the minis and things that was all in that Kickstarter for the Argonauts. So again, I'll just show that again, the Argonauts for 7TV V2, the second edition of 7TV. I've been wanting to paint up the Argonauts for a while, so my brother, he bought some Argonauts a little while ago at one of the conventions from Carl, and he's already got his built and painted, and I think he's done some colour shifts, so I think even some pictures of that might be on our social media. If not, I'll get some pictures and we'll get those linked off. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting these built and painted and getting a game and getting the Argonauts into action. So remember though, even though these are on the Kickstarter, they're all available to buy through the Crooked Dice web store, so I'll link off below to that so you can go and have a look at those models yourself. You can go and have a look at any of the models that we've got here. You can see some of the other models as well that were involved in the Kickstarter, that like some of the add-ons that I didn't pick up at the time. And you know, you can build your own cast for Dr. Ulysses Argo and his cast of evil robotic minions. But yeah, thoroughly looking forward to getting into this one and getting it alongside some of the other casts and things that I've already got for 7TV. You know, it's no secret that it's one of my favourite games just because of the theming of it, really. As I say, go and have a look at the web store. You'll find all the prices for all of these things on there. I think it's a fantastic addition to the rest of the 7TV range, and I say it's going to be something I'm looking forward to getting into building and painting. And as I am building and painting things, I will put some stuff in our social media. So where can you check us out? Well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, so they should all be scrolling on below. So on Facebook we've got both the Average Tabletop Gamers page, but you can also go and hang out and chat and put your own pictures up and ask advice, talk, whatever you want to do in the Average Tabletop Gamers support group. Again, I'll put the link to that below in the description of the video here. Also check out our Instagram, so when I get this stuff built and painted, I will be putting the pictures on Instagram, so you can go and have a look there and see my progress, and then obviously, you know, comment, give us a like, etc. With the YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notify bell as well to make sure you're kept up to date with everything here from the Average Tabletop Gamers. So thanks for watching, and until the next time, I'll see you soon.